Here. You all right?
Yeah,
All right, I'm here.
I'm here. I'm here. How you doing?
Company, everybody here has been. I know.
Yeah.
Board president, but not you. Right. That's poor Lindsay.
Is that
Well, she's the boss.
That's true.
I'm the boss?
I'm just saying,
I'm just here to
Yeah.
short straw.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna start recording, all right?
All right,
So everybody watch your mouths, all right?
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Kingston Recreation Commissioner Board meeting. Today is September 12th, 2024. And I'd like to approve the minutes of the June Commission meeting.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, we're gonna go straight into new business. A is 436 Broadway, in lieu of Parkland fee recommendations. And then we have B, 134 Hunter Street, in lieu of park fee recommendations.
I just have a question on the 436 Broadway. Is that the one that we have had someone talk about at the meetings? Did?
These ones are new, I think.
Oh, brand new, okay, this is, all right,
That's the same one.
okay, because it said 5, so
Yeah.
that's why I was confused. 5 family residents.
Yeah, correct.
Okay,
I think there's
all right.
been a few that are similar, like they're just,
Okay,
for this
all
one,
Okay,
I just wanna make sure. So, right, so this would be one, so the first quarter exam, so this is for the full fee of just, of $3,000. The second one. Which we consider one unit with a maximum of 3,000. The existing 8, okay, so yeah,
they're both.
alright, so
3,000.
both are just for 3,000, that's the full amount,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys had a chance to look over, but, 436.
All right, are we ready to take a vote?
If everyone, were you able to?
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's a question for my fellow members here. Did you see a reason that would warrant?
No, I didn't know when I looked at it. Did you? Is that why you're asking?
No, I didn't. That's why I'm saying they didn't know I'm missing something. Is there some parkland,
Right,
Like
recreational land that's being
designation, right.
proposed that would offset?
I didn't see it.
I haven't seen it yet.
No, nothing offered.
Lindsay, did you
public,
see
Nothing
anything?
offered to,
No, I mean, I'm looking at this
Right.
image here that, I mean,
There is greenery.
that, I
Right.
mean, that looks like, again, it looks like a yard.
A backyard.
to me.
Yes.
And again, it's
Yes.
it's not parkland in my opinion, but yeah, so.
correct, nothing's.
And it's not
been offered to the
public space, right,
okay.
Nothing's.
And it isn't anything that could replace the use of parks for the tenants.
Not that I saw, no.
And based on the information given from planning, I don't think they're necessarily saying we have green space, we're gonna use this as a
Correct.
park space for our residents.
So if there's no park space or nothing in lieu of, then I would not vote in favor of anything in lieu of.
Correct, right. We'll make the recommendation to assess the full fee on both properties.
Unless, of course, they find that it is.
Correct, yeah, it's up to the,
Right.
Plan.
Right, this is just the commission's recommendation based on what we have.
Yep, so Travis, you making,
yeah, I'll make a motion.
you want to make a motion?
Yep, I'll make a motion to issue the fee in full.
No waiver.
No waiver.
For 436 Broadway.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay,
I would second that.
Oh, yeah,
all in favor?
aye.
Okay, so now we go to B, 134 Hunter Street, in lieu of park land fee recommendation.
Site plan to convert storage space to a studio apartment and an existing multifamily for a total of 9 units.
Yeah.
So there are 8 existing units that are not up for anything.
Correct.
And the 9th one would either be, they would ask for the waiver, or they would be, or without a waiver, it's the $3,000. Again, I don't see any,
Does anyone else want to make a motion?
Sure. I make a motion that we do charge the $3,000 for the parking fee.
$3,400.
Yeah. At 143. Anybody second?
second.
Okay, thank you.
Favor?
All in favor?
Oh,
Opposed? All right, so now we're going to, item 3, is just, action and discussion items, commission, chair election. And the next person up is,
So it would be an election, and it would be a campaign finance.
Right?
well, I already watched him already, so.
any bumper stickers?
Yeah.
Did you bring pens or anything?
Yeah.
Nancy flags.
I'm running strictly on merit for the.
Well, just for doing that, guess what?
Me,
I
Travis.
nominate Travis,
Second.
second, I nominate Travis.
All in
So,
favor?
all in favor?
Aye.
Was Travis accepting of this?
Travis, do you
You don't
accept
have a
this?
choice. So, yes,
Thank you, Travis, at this point in time.
And if I may say something, may we tell Andrea that she could still be secretary?
Yeah, she could totally like campaign against you if she wants.
I asked someone needed a nominator.
Yeah, right,
All right,
A little
okay,
late.
no, yeah,
Late now.
sorry. The minutes, yeah, we're assuming that she'll still do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Then we'll-
Think
yeah.
about
Any one of us can run against him. I don't know.
it.
No, he-
Joe, thank you so much, you have been.
I was just gonna say. You know,
Thank you, thank you. It's been a long time in this chair, a little time,
I
but,
think it went fast. I couldn't believe it's been 2 years.
Me
excuse me, it's been 2.5 years.
Yeah.
That's not, was it 2 years?
Yeah, it's May or June is when the actual
Oh.
election is.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry, well, that's how
Well,
fast.
I'm just waiting for my hat and your pin that you give everybody.
That's
I
right.
appreciate you lowering my term.
So Travis,
Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe that's.
Right? Thank you
so now at this point, Travis, don't forget that you must be at every single Tuesday.
Yeah.
In the front.
With the sash on.
And we'll be watching you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be making you, it's gonna be a requirement. And right, watch the next time.
You have to wear a Santa suit.
I don't think I can pull out. Joe will keep that one.
That's only one saying around.
I agree with that.
That's where we draw the line.
Yeah,
You know, Santa.
you can't keep that one.
And no more basketball tournaments.
Yeah.
That would never stop.
Yeah,
Over 50 league.
yeah,
Right.
we're working on it.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, actually, now that we, mentioned that, Lindsay is up for the, coordinator of the Parliament program. Take
Right,
Lindsay.
It's in there.
The geriatric.
There you go.
It's in
I didn't have that one on my list, but it's on there now.
there. Alright, it's in there.
So a couple of things, as you guys know, I'll start with the projects. I believe, in my absence, Jack and Julie came, I think once or twice each, to present some information about their projects. When I looked at the notes, it sounds like you guys were given a full breakdown of what they're working on. You know, I'm sure everyone knows, they both work very hard, they both have, full plates. Jack specifically is, overseeing the Deep Stadium project, which is nearing completion. We are preparing to open up the stadium to the public, as of Saturday, the 14th. The turf and the track and the visitor side restrooms are what will be accessible to the public at that time. The facility will be open 7 to 10 p.m. We actually will be closing the facility, which is new. I think in past years, so the lights go off, but for the most part, it's always kind of been
You can wander.
similar to like our parks and such, but we've obviously made the decision to try to keep this place secure and preserve it for as long as possible. And so our staff will be locking it up, escorting people out at the end of the evening, letting them know the facility is closed.
That's the gates.
Once the facility is open completely, I'm referring to the actual entrance gates to the physical stadium, like not the parking lot will remain open
Okay.
up until the point where the original entrance used to be, so over by the DPW area, that would be closed off, so people can still walk, if there's walkers that are there, but they're gonna have to stop and turn back around
It doesn't,
until the, right, it
They
won't,
can't
you
go
won't be able to
behind
connect.
the stadium.
Correct, behind the grandstand will be closed, closed off during off hours.
I can't imagine Route One, but there must be more before 10.
That was not.
oh, yeah,
Yeah, the lights,
Soccer used to get done right as soon as.
yeah, and
Flag.
I think our staff would, you know, tell people that, you know, we're closing the facility, the lights are going off. And I think most people, I never, heard of any issues or problems, but it's more so any activity that's occurring when the lights are out, you know, it will now be actually locked. Yeah, so we are going to be staffing the facility even on the weekends during those times. Whereas in the past, it would only be staffed if there was an event.
wow.
But now
Somebody will be there.
someone will be there between the hours of 7 and 10.
So it doesn't open until 7?
Yes, in the morning, but then during the summer months, it will be, likely open at 6 in the morning. to keep
We used to do
open.
it.
Yeah, and, you know, people can still walk the exterior, but, you know, we're trying to balance, you know, budget, of course,
Right,
and, you know, trying to make sure it's available to the public as much as possible.
If you have them staff there, then that's the cost, and
Yeah,
every hour is an additional cost, but also safety issues.
Right,
You know,
yes,
then
and
these
security,
times-
yes,
In these times, you
Yeah.
don't want to find somebody.
yeah, so it's, definitely, it's gonna be a bit of difference for, especially for people that do go early in the mornings and walk. The restrooms will not be open until the facility is open. So that's just the update. So Saturday is the first day that the public will be able to go there. The school does have practices scheduled, so there will probably be teams on the turf sometime between 8 and 3. But then thereafter, you know, it's just gonna be open for public use.
Is the restroom at Forsyth open?
Yes. Yep, and also the visitor side restrooms will be open, and just not behind the grandstand. So the home side restrooms won't be open, until the grandstand.
I'm not used to it being.
That's what I saw, I know.
Yep,
can
so,
you enter Foresight through the stadium or stadium through, is there a?
not currently, there are steps, so once it's fully open, there are steps going down
Okay,
to where the practice field is.
okay,
So but that will not be open,
Okay.
on
You
Saturday.
mean the gate that goes,
to
that you
Fort,
can walk through into Forsyth?
west, back and forth.
Right, so right, the entrance to Forsyth, there's a gate that is
Will not
at the
be.
top, that leads down into the stadium, that will mostly be used for gym classes and for, for this, yeah, for the athletes, for practices. Yep, but the practice field, the grass is that's gonna close off, they have to grow the grass and everything, so that
Okay.
probably won't be able to be used until the spring,
Okay,
just so that we can let the grass grow.
and I have one more question.
Yes,
The plaques that used to be there,
yes.
are they up?
They are not up as of yet. There was actually a discussion about, our guys have stored them safely. They're gonna be bringing them back, whenever there's another site visit coming up, so they can lay them out. The decision will be made where they will be placed. The deeds, do you need to move Travis? I'm sorry. No, that's fine.
That's cool.
I know.
The deeds, the memorial plaque, though, that is being moved by the new flagpole, which is
Okay,
at the entrance, the new entrance, where you.
from Hurley Ave. No.
No, the Joyce Lane entrance, so
Okay.
there was a memorial with a
Yes,
stone,
that-
yes, headstone. Yeah, that will be moved over to where you now physically enter the stadium.
Yeah.
Which is gorgeous, I mean, the entrance you know,
Okay.
it's very, very nice. So the flag was raised today, and,
Awesome.
yeah, it was very, yep, the contractors, they believe in it there. Yeah, there was, they raised the flag, they're ready to go, everyone's working hard to get it up and running. And I know the school district is very excited, they're being there.
So I'm sorry, so there is room for the plaques? Like-
Yes, I just don't know where they're going as of yet, but everything was saved for that reason, so that they can determine where they're gonna go.
Okay,
And the memorial, plaque, rock, and stuff. You know, that's, you know, what I too pass by it often and don't think of it, but it's huge. It's a huge step.
Mm.
Not a honor.
Yeah.
Not that many.
Absolutely.
All right.
Right.
You know, the cost of that to an individual is just.
yes,
No, it's amazing and it's gonna be, hopefully we're gonna be honoring that by having it front and center.
And I like that, because I think a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know, they think it's deeds, or is it named after the diner?
No,
You know,
right, it's an
They're
agenda,
not being mean or.
No, that's not-
No, absolutely.
right,
I think it's great.
right.
It's exciting.
You know, as far as like the wrench in there. But, do you have my statue of me?
You're what?
Statue of me shooting.
Yeah.
The 3-pointer.
Speaking of basketball, the court, there is a new basketball
And where
court.
is that?
That is, so when you come in, I'm glad you mentioned that, Uncle Joe. When you come in,
These are moving kind of slow.
I just wanted to put it out there.
Where is that?
so it's near the Hurley Ave, so when you come in, the Hurley Ave entrance is here. And directly next to it is the new court, and it's fenced in, but with like the tall black chain link fence, there's a lot of, there's greenery, there's like,
Okay.
It's
you know,
nice.
like these small
Okay.
shrubs and trees around it,
Okay.
there's lighting.
And
I don't-
benches?
Yeah, there's gonna be benches, and there's gonna be, the lights are gonna be on from 7 to 10.
Okay,
So it will be, utilized at night with proper lighting, but then lights go out so folks know that we're,
Time to leave.
we're done, yeah. But I'm really excited about that. Actually, yesterday it wasn't lined, but the contractor was coming back that afternoon, so
all
you should
right.
check it out.
Oh, I checked it out.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Did you, measure?
Yeah, right.
3-pointers?
Dimensions.
Yeah, 'cause I think you might be trying to get them 22 footers in there.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
All right, anything else on beats though? No, I know Nancy, I don't know if you guys were aware, Nancy did ask if there was a time that we could set up for you guys to see it. I'm working with Jack to see if we can arrange that. I don't know if it will fit with everyone's schedules. But in terms of a meeting, so he had suggested we have our meeting there tonight. You know, we can't, the open meetings law, we have to have a recording, we can't really be in an area officially for a meeting, without being recorded, so.
That might be changed though, right?
Has that changed?
I think it might, well, I think they were talking about it.
Oh,
So hopefully we can get that changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to what we used to
We
do.
got the new president.
Yeah, he knows, I mean,
You know.
he's in it, he came prepared.
Got the new chair, he's on top of the.
Next
Changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if, you know, if we can try to find a time for that, Jack has been wonderful with doing kind of like site visits, open house kind of thing, letting people see everything, it really is amazing. The amount of work that has and is still going into this is like, I've never seen anything like it, so, very, very cool. When we were there yesterday, they were testing the sound and getting the scoreboard running, and they had, you know, you used to go to Best Buy and there would be like, nature videos going on.
Right, right.
They had like a kind of like on a loop, these videos of like animals out in nature playing, like to try to see how it looked. And it was just really cool. And it was really like, I could have sat there all day just watching it like over it, but yeah.
Put a little rain into the park. So the field is all redone, the track is all redone.
Yep.
And is there a life expectancy of that?
I think traditionally the turf it's 8 to 10 years, I'm pretty sure. I think that was the case with the last one.
A couple of them that
Yeah.
happened, and what's happened in the past is there's been, oh, what do we do now for money? And so is there a plan to have money for those updates in reserve or?
I mean, I don't,
I talked to the planning board.
yeah, I don't know the full answer to that. I think the short answer is that is what the rec trust fund is for, to try to, you know, make those kinds of repairs and updates to our parks. Deeds is a little bit more complicated since it's a shared facility, so
Yes.
that's,
It's 50.
yeah, so that.
Historically, it was the Verhoff did, I think.
We did.
Right.
Somebody else did.
And now we bonded it for this time.
Right,
Yeah.
so future, I don't know
And it's
what that.
ungodly kinds of money, you know?
Yeah.
And it ends up being a crisis, I remember it being a crisis. What are we gonna do, you know, and.
I will say,
Yeah, they have shared services.
Yeah.
The shared services, hopefully it won't be as drastic.
Right. And I do feel that with the level and the amount of money that I think there is a commitment across the board to preserve this, very, very expensive.
Yeah.
Enhancement and improvement project, so I think, I don't foresee anyone kind of letting things just kind of be like, oh, we can wait for that, or, oh, let's, panic mode. I think we're trying to make sure that we have a long-term preventive maintenance plan and, kind of checking things off the list before it turns into a crisis, so.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it hasn't opened yet, I'm sorry.
No, I hear you, I think that's all, these are all valid questions, I think anyone has the right to, that makes sense that anyone would want to know, is the plan to ensure that this
Because those questions
stays.
are gonna come.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course. All right, another project, the Midtown Center is coming along nicely. I'm gonna share, we actually had a meeting this afternoon, I'm gonna share, a photo of what it is currently looking like.
I have not been sneaking in there, it said, get out.
And the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, no one, you have to be certified to go in there, it's,
But there's some keys.
just to give an
Oh, wow.
example of what it looks like, stripped down to the brick.
I like it.
I like that too.
Yeah, so it's, again, they're making a lot of progress there. We're hoping that the beginning of October, we'll be able to do, everything will be, like, all the hazardous work will be done, for us to do a site visit and see how it looks. The goal is to make sure that everything is completed, all the abatement and remediation work is completed in time for early voting. Because of course, we need to have that cleared out. There will probably, most likely be painting that still has to continue on, after early voting, but the hazardous work is expected to be done before early voting.
And when is that?
The end of October, I think it's the 20.
Nice.
It's a week before election day, so I just want to make sure that's straight.
Will that also be ready for basketball season as well?
Yes,
Or-
yeah, so far, the only program that is impacted will be indoor volleyball. Usually we start at the end of September, so we are gonna be pushing their season back a bit, which their fee will be prorated, for that. Yeah, so
They did the stage area too, they.
the stage area, they're doing the ceramics room, the hallways into the parking and health and wellness offices. There was no, I don't believe there was no asbestos back there, that was all lead remediation.
What about the upstairs, like the offices upstairs?
Yeah,
That's where the health and wellness office and parking.
Okay, yeah.
Was the stage just lead also, or was that asbestos?
That was just lead, the asbestos, I believe, is just the gym tower, yeah. Yeah, that was, I think the first part of this was the stage, and then that was, just the lead that was removed.
Now, is your staff all together or are you?
We're in different areas, yeah, so, there are two staff that are in the upper offices. We were told that it is safe for them to be there, there's air monitoring systems, in place. They're not allowed, obviously, in the gym or wherever the work is happening, they are entering in and out through the fire escape door.
Are they doing the balcony?
The walls, they're not doing any construction work or anything, but yes, they're removing all of the issues off the
How
walls.
about
Yeah.
downstairs in the shower rooms or whatever?
The basement was not part of this project. Nope. The rec staff and, our office staff are down at the old visitor center, 20 Broadway.
Okay,
Yep, and our maintenance staff are, at the pool house.
okay,
And they're eating their lunch at the Rondout Center, but their meeting place for the beginning and the end of the day is, at the pool house currently. Yep, so it's not ideal in some ways, but we are making it work, everybody's doing their part. Yeah. It's coming together.
Say that under your direction, there's a lot of things that are happening,
Thank you.
you know?
Yes. Definitely a team effort across the
Well,
board.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we need good leadership.
Appreciate it. The courts will be ready for something, I don't know what you wanna call it yet, 60 and over, 50 and over.
The geriatric,
Yeah, whatever the name was.
they can play at the new court up,
Yeah, they got the knee pads on, you know? The knee pads on, you know, elbow pads, whatever you need. But anybody, you know, that we don't discriminate, anybody can use the courts. What can you do, you know, just don't hurt yourself.
Now that the little baby's out.
Yeah. Oh, now you can come for me, right? There's no mercy now, hang on, that was back to business.
Back to business.
Wasn't that much before.
Yeah. Stretch it out a little bit and we'll, you know, get there. But yeah, so as soon as we're good to go, we will be making announcements, letting people know that we're moving back to the building, and we'll keep you posted. Yeah.
Question for you,
Yes.
Roundout,
Yes,
when are they starting to work there?
I don't know that I have a timeline for the project as of yet.
Because I mentioned it to, I think it was to Jack and.
Well, they did the bathrooms, didn't they do the bathrooms?
No, not yet, no,
Oh,
that's
that is a,
that is one of the projects, yes,
Yeah.
to make it, make them ADA
So,
yeah.
compliant.
right,
So I think I sent you pictures or
Yeah.
pictures at one point. In
the
the
weight room, right,
that's the problem, because that,
shrubs growing
the
through.
shrubs are going.
Yes.
It's been going on for, now you have a tree going through there.
Well, I will,
This is going on for over 3 years now, something like that.
we will definitely have
Change
them
before that,
addressed.
before you were. in your position, but yeah, that definitely needs to be addressed, you know, they might want to, they're not gonna put a, some type of, another heating unit that they had there, which burst a while ago, or 5 years ago. I think they should maybe break it up or whatever, just to, secure it, because right now it's just, you just have a board there with a maybe 3-inch gap, and you have trees going through.
Okay.
Said, it's a risk.
On the split units.
Yeah, well, no, with the splitting, they put up,
It was all right.
it was doing a whole radiator,
Radiator.
like that.
Gotta be replaced.
Yeah, well, you're not, no, because that's all, it's capped off already, so now it's just a pipe there, it's a pipe
But there's
frozen.
no heat in that. Already.
No, we should get a mini split unit.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, but that's,
Something.
that goes on top, yeah,
It's a-
but right now, you just have a 5x8 piece of plywood there, it's
It's not
just, it's just there, it's not doing anything there, you know,
Okay,
Paint it.
it's a security issue also,
yeah,
let's be honest.
of course,
And liability, somebody can get in there and then somebody gets hurt.
okay,
All right,
yeah, I will definitely look into that,
and just check that out.
yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So that's what I got for projects. Updates on some other programs, flag football, unfortunately, we did not get the enrollment, that we needed for this program, so we unfortunately canceled it this year.
That used to be such a controversy.
Yeah, it was-
Really?
Yeah, there's some other leagues that have developed over the last couple of years, that have become very popular. There's a dedicated group of people that have put together quite an impressive program. And, you know, that there's one in Saugerties, you know,
Flag
just,
football?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, so.
yep, and so, you know, just in general, mixture of that, a mixture of, I feel, you know, not having beats, that's always been kind of like a big draw, for a lot of people a lot of the kids that used to play. That's been challenging, trying to find, you know, adequate location to have games. So the thing with beats is you can have multiple games happening at the same
Right,
time.
that's what I said, yeah.
You go to one of our other fields, it's just challenging, so, you know, one of the complaints we've gotten, which are valid, the games are going too late into the evening. You know, so that's tough, I think last year we moved it to a Saturday, trying to do Saturdays instead, which we were then competing with travel baseball, travel soccer, you know, it just has become kind of complicated, so I'm working with the rec leader that runs that program. We are actually going to be announcing soon another program. Not quite ready to announce it just yet, just because we're working out some of the kinks. But we're looking to start that in October. It's gonna be a 4-week program. We think that there's some interest in it. We've done some research and some, you know, talked to some contacts, and we think that this may be a good time to reach out to a different group of kids, to kind of try a different type of youth program. I think over the years, we've had programs that have been successful, and maybe there's things that we have tried to do to change them or update them, and just things as time goes on don't stay as popular. And it's, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to try to branch out, to offer something different, to switch it up. So, it stinks that we aren't able to offer this, but I think it's, the silver lining is we're trying something different. And maybe offering something that hasn't been offered before, so.
And maybe when Dietz is back in place,
Yeah,
might get renewed interest.
We're gonna keep up with our surveys and keep talking to the families. Usually after a program ends, we'll issue surveys so that families can, tell us how they felt about that program, but also comparable programs. What do you want to see more of? What do you, what are you most likely to sign up for, if you see it? And that has been helpful, in how we plan for future programs and events. So if we think that there's still an interest in flag football for next year, then we can revisit it. But we'll see how this other program goes. I'm trying to also keep in mind capacity, and it is hard to run 2 youth programs simultaneously like that. So, we'll see if we can fit in both, if it's still popular, or if this one takes off, maybe that's the new fall youth program for us for the time being. So, as soon as we get the kinks worked out, hopefully by next week, I will let you guys know. I'll send you an update. So just keep an eye out for that. Rondout Center after school program is starting. I should have mentioned that before, Joe, when I said Rondout Center, the 23rd. So we do have a site visit scheduled for our staff next week to kind of go over things, so I will make sure they're aware of the weight room. That's kind of separate from the after school program, but just in general, we should be aware of that. So September 23rd, we will be opening it up. Still the free meals that we are receiving through Family Woodstock and the Hodge Center. Andrew runs that program, he does a great job. The kids love it, our numbers have been up, so we might be increasing staff for that program. Yeah, we're looking, Andrew actually has been, looking into offering some different activities and programs while the kids are there after they do their homework, just kind of bringing in some new things for the kids to try. We've talked about yoga, I think we had a financial literacy program, through one of our local banks. We have field trips, as you know, it's, we're trying to constantly think of new things and, new enrichment opportunities for the kids, so we will be working on that as well. I mentioned indoor volleyball, Forsyth, the Friends Group of Forsyth Nature Center, their annual fall event is coming up, Family Fun Day, that is next Saturday, the 21st. I think in past years, they've done a fall festival, and it was Touch a Truck. Bottom line is it's a great day for the community. We get a lot of visitors to this. Just want to see if I can pull up the flyer. There's a movie that's being shown afterwards. I think it's Migration. I don't know if you guys know what that movie is, Migration. Something with ducks. It's an animated movie, but it did receive that. Yeah, so the event is 12 to 5, activities and entertainment, hay rides, maze, food trucks, animal presentations, and much more. They are looking for volunteers if anybody is interested. And then the movie, I believe, is starting around 7:30. So it's a fun day. And last on my list is indoor pickleball. I think you guys were aware that we were running an indoor, kind of like a pickleball club. It wasn't necessarily a league or anything like that, which, the feedback we were getting from those folks, I think they prefer to be more like, kind of pick up, drop in, kind of thing. We are going to look into possibly offering that, for longer, increasing the weeks for that. It was quite popular, the attendance was great, it was exactly where we wanted and needed it to be, because we only can offer one court at a time.
Right.
I know traditionally a lot of these players like to have multiple courts so they can go from one to the next. We'll try to work with what we got. And so we're hoping that we can offer that more. And continue to make improvements to that, based on the feedback that we get. All right, so that's all I got on my list.
One more thing.
Yes.
Van Buren Street, are they having something?
Oh,
This
thank you.
This week.
Yes, tomorrow. Did you all get the flyer? Yes, thank you, Joe. Yes,
It's tomorrow night.
yes, they're at 5 o'clock. There is a renaming or dedication ceremony. Yeah, it's, obviously there was a very tragic,
Mhm.
senseless, tragic, act of violence that occurred. And a little girl lost her life. And so, I believe, Alderman Jeannie Edwards had come to see you guys maybe when I was out. Yeah, proposed renaming the park in honor of, can you tell me to properly say her name? DeGenera?
She said this deep. Well,
They
she,
call, I know they call it DJ for short, as her nickname, last name Mason, and so the park, will be dedicated in her honor. I apologize if I didn't say her name right, but yes, DJ Mason, they're gonna be dedicating the park in her honor, tomorrow, 5 o'clock. And I believe, Jeannie and others have also expressed that this will be a healing moment for the community, so, if you are available to join, please do, come by, 5 o'clock.
They're gonna have some type of refreshments there and stuff on, so, from my stands. So it'd be nice, probably.
All right, thank you.
I have something too. What's going on with Post Park?
I don't have an update on Post Park, that's actually being run through, the project itself is being, run by a different department.
Okay,
But I will try to find out,
because it looks like it's a work stop. Yeah.
Yeah, I do actually think the same company that is there is also on Deeds. I believe,
okay.
I read that in some minutes from the
Okay.
meeting, so it is possible that they were temporarily pulled off.
Okay,
Yeah, it's all hands on deck
Okay.
over there, so,
all right,
but I will still try to find out when they're gonna be picking things back up.
okay.
I think I read, newspaper that was coming, in this coming month, that in September, they're gonna start planting the trees and doing all that.
Okay, yeah.
When, there was a clean the parks day or clean up day,
Yeah,
and last year and this year, and I know at Kingston Point, and there were people who were interested in doing like a Friends of Kingston Point, not to the extent of Forsyth, but going down and the same people volunteering to come clean it up. And I didn't know if, I know the emails were kept at the rec department. Do you know if anything?
What else? I'm sorry.
Well, all the people who showed up last year and this year, they had expressed an interest in being part of a Friends group and, going down a couple times a year to do cleanup.
Did they,
I think the Kingston cleanup is a separate organization, I don't think,
Right, no, but
oh, they got.
we were there
Okay.
and had a sign-up sheet and
Oh.
emails, and they were interested, that particular group is interested in the point.
Yeah,
did you guys send that to,
The,
I don't know if we would have the list on
Yeah,
this, okay, no.
it was the rec person that was,
Oh, so Casey, so for Riverkeeper, so that's like, okay, I'll have to ask her if she has that list.
be nice to reach out to them and, see how many of them are actually really interested. And,
Right.
that's because I saw some complaining about the condition. And there are people who are interested in the community. I
right,
just don't know that anything is,
available.
Right.
and I think about that when I'm not here, so.
Hmm.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Lindsay's here, let me tell you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, wanna go to old business?
Yeah, so just to let you guys know, again, I believe it sounds like Nancy had mentioned that you guys voted on these other, yeah, does anyone recall actually voting on them?
Yeah,
Okay, so the first three, just so you're aware, the planning board did approve that.
Okay, all three.
And so I just want to double check that if you guys did in fact vote to
Yeah.
assess the full fee for those, I will have a letter sent to the planning department.
Okay,
And for 615 Broadway and 35 Cedar Street, just a heads up, that one obviously that's not been voted on yet, it will probably come up in conversations over the next, few months as they continue to work on it, the developers might even come here to present to us for that one. So as I receive more information, I'll let you guys know.
All right,
Does anybody else have anything?
everything? All right, it's so hard to see. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, somewhere.
I was gonna say, come on,
Right here.
come on, I ain't making it on the job.
Oh, so just know into the job known, we're getting rid of it.
Yeah, exactly. The impeachment process already started.
Don't file those papers. Wow.
No, we're-
What am I
Tough
doing?
group.
Just trying to get some information.
No, I'm just trying to get this game against.
I'll take it to my full potential.
Yeah, now we're gonna be in Travis.
Yeah.
So, all right, so at this time, the next meeting is scheduled.
I know.
Oh, you said the first three, A, B, C?
And
Yep.
Oh,
D is the one that has not been decided, but that, as more information comes up, I'll let you guys know.
All right, so, saying church of all hearts and minds are clear. Next meeting is scheduled for Thursday, October 3rd at 5 o'clock p.m. Location conference room 2 at City Hall.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
And thank you for your service, young man.
Thank you.
And I'll second.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome, everyone. And Travis, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Joe.
You got some small shoes to fill.
I said,
And that will conclude this meeting.